Mary is going to share with us a tragic event that happened in her life.
I'm the same lady, the same girl, and the same person.
Yes.
The same dwarfism, the same short person. Beautiful as I am, like any other lady, any other girl. You grow up, and now the features of adult now comes in you. You meet the opposite, and you start now feeling the opposite is happening in your, because you are normal. When I grew up, majority of the male, let me put the men. In fact, even to date, the age now I am 33, they tell me, and do you know you are very beautiful? Look at that smile. Look at the way you are. By the way, me, I feel by your side. I feel by your color. I feel by your smile. I feel by your eye. I feel by your figure. I feel by your shortness, by the way. The word that addresses you, that one can either break you
or
make you.
Yes.
So you see, these are not bad words.
Yes.
Hey, your color, you feel wow. Your figure, wow. Your shortness, wow. And I feel like, when I was in college, there were these men, and this one particular, who decided, because the year outside, Haku was schooling in Assisi.
Okay.
He was very well up. Haku had any kind of a disability, and they were like, wow, you're good, beautiful, what is your name? Introduced. And from there, the like started there. I met many who were for the like. But I had also my choice.
Yes.
And I decided also maybe to choose now who now became the enemy, became my beast, became what I did not expect. We courted very well, but in the courting life, of course I was still in school.
Yes.
I had not finished.
So in college?
College, yeah.
Okay.
And I had told him that, please, hold on, I finish with education. This life has been there even for our parents. It will be there for the future. But first, I want to know you better, as you can also want to know me better. You see, so those are two things. I want to know you better, and you know me better. So I had not agreed to any intimacy. He met my sister, who is also short like me, resemble me, beautiful as I am. I don't know what happened. I don't know what confused. Then maybe with her, my sister now, let me put a boundary.
Yes.
I have put a boundary.
Yes.
Wakaanza kufanya vituko.
Okay.
Behind my back. I've never slept with this man. I have never done anything with this man. I have never anything with this guy.
Yes.
I am still fresh.
Yes.
We are just having that building relationship.
Yes,
so that I may be able to know you.
Yes. He had a relationship that was sexual with your sister.
Yes.
Your smaller sister
my
was
now younger sister now, yes, now in Form 2. I am in Kenyatta.
Okay.
You see?
Yes.
So there are rooms there. So my sister could come because the facility, the hostel was very big. So I nilikuwa nakaa mimi peke yangu. Sikuwa nakaa na mwingine. So if anyone would want to come, then nilikuwa tu welcome, ni kama tu just a rental, ama just a home, ama a room, anywhere, ama a guest house. So she came over to start living with me. So because he was wealthy, he was already working, he has already now now this is the like, now he has started becoming a significant. So I was free to tell him this is what is and I am undergoing, and then freely he could chip in with the fee.
Yes.
You see, na yeye kukam over, sijui kama ni weak, sijui kama ni advantage, hiyo sitakangi kuongea juu I will lie.
Yes.
I don't know where now it happened. For only 2 weeks that she stayed in my hostel, she had really done a lot of mess behind my back. And when you could ask, anakusho nothing. So the guy has been visiting na sijui. The worst started happening because now after now she went home. Now the same guy said, your sister needs some school fees. Nitakuwa nimefanya mbaya. No, now sasa anataka kujisafisha. Nitakuwa nimefanya mbaya if now I give her the money. Nikamwambia kama unaweza, haita kutraumatize na haita kufinya, just give. Unaona? Then we called our mother and we told to our mother, we spoke with our mother, and then the mother was like, kama itakuwa fair ama kama itakuwa mzuri, it's okay. What your sister wants is the school fees. Then akapatiwa around 12,000. Akapeleka shule. Kupeleka shule hiyo term hakumaliza because the worst has started happening. Because alikuwa hana hiyo control. Now the guy akaanza kuwa kwangu, yes ni friendly lakini ameanza kuniogopa. Nikaanza kushindwa, what is happening with this guy? What is wrong with you? Ulikuwa hivi, naona sasa mambo imeanza kwa, lakini mimi nikapuuza tu. Naona I was very innocent. By the way, I was virgin. Ile day tulikuwa tumeplan kwenda kwao to make my first introduction to the man. I've said is a like
marriage.
No, yeah, because we were in a relationship and courtship. But remember, no intimacy. Yeah. So we didn't go. My sister is the one who went. Na sikujua. Aliniambia nimeahirisha, unajua tulikuwa tuende kwetu Saturday, lakini nimeahirisha, kuna kitu imenitokelezea kwa kazi na hiyo siku sitakuwa. Then the same sister tells me, because alikuwa sasa amerudi tena, the same sister tells me nataka kwenda home kwa mom. Sasa nyumbani kwetu. Hakwenda home. Alienda nao na my significant kwa introduction ya hiyo yangu sasa. The visit, she's the one who was seen.
Yes.
But still I was innocent. I did not know anything. To me it remained imekuwa cancelled because akona job issues.
Yes.
Unaona?
Yeah.
So yukaipita hivyo, nikawa nikimuuliza sasa when are we going to do the introduction? Because now I need now nikitoka shule nataka nijue life nimeipangaje, mimi sitaki maneno ya giza. So he kept on postponing akakuwa weird. Nikaona okay, let me leave it. Na mimi nikawachana nayo. So katika tu ile tu kuendelea na kumaliza, nikuja sasa kufanya graduation. Ndio sasa nikuja sasa niko nje. I remember that night was a weird night to me. Alikuja kwa nyumba saa 6, nilikuwa tuna hold with other girls. Tulikuwa tuna hold kesha kwa hiyo hostel yangu. He came at around saa 6 ya usiku. Then also those friends they knew him. So akakuja tukaomba the whole night. Kutoka saa 6 ya usiku, that was midnight. Sitaki kukumbuka hiyo. Tukaomba, but I'm the one who was praying. The other girls were still praying. Sasa ikafika 5. Tukaambiana kila mtu akona mambo yake anaenda kufa. So kila mtu
5 in the
morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that kesha night at my hostel.
And now where was
still in? See, he came in at around midnight.
Okay.
No, he was still in. So tumemaliza maneno ya maombi.
Yes.
Us girls, I think we are the people who were praying. The him was not, alikuwa ndio ana make fun because he's a pastor. By the way, the significant is a pastor.
Okay.
Now after the prayers that morning, mimi nikasema let me go to the bathroom. Mimi nikafikiria alisha kumbe kwa yeye na yeye hakwenda. Ni kama alisimama tu hapo kwa sababu hostel yangu pali ilikuwa hizo hostels, palikuwa ni pakona ka space kako hapo. So kumbe kama alisimama kwa the same space, mimi sikuelewa by the way. And then the bathroom ilikuwa nje kidogo, unatoka hivi unaenda kwa bathroom, ndio sasa ukitoka unarudi. Unaingia sasa kwa room. Unajitayarisha, unavaa, una dress up, unatoka unaenda.
So by this time your friends, the ones you were praying with, had gone?
Well, they had gone. Kila mtu ameenda kuprepare because now it is 5 in the morning. Kila mtu akona mambo yake yenye alikuwa anafaa kufanya. Me, I was preparing for the graduation. Now after we finished praying, I went to the bathroom, the washroom, to clean and now to come and dress, and then I'm off for the day.
Yes.
When I just entered the room, I was now to lock the room. Someone pushed me hard. I fell. Little did I know he was. I only had a towel, then put to me on the bed.
Yes.
Then I can struggle. Then he had to put a lot of vitamba on my mouth that I may not scream. No. It was no longer a day for me again, and the worst happened.
Okay.
It was a time or a moment I cannot explain. He is on me, struggling me. That morning I lost my virginity after doing the act that went a long time. Here is something that I'm not prepared. My mind has not prepared for this. It is a sudden thing. Na again alikuwa mkubwa hata kuniliko. I'm short, I'm tiny. Then siko aware what is happening. And then to make the matter worse, sijui ni wapi palipasuka. Me, I don't know, it's an artery that ilipasuka. Apart from now, the virginity, I bled because the moment I walked up, nilijipata tu nimepelekwa hospitali Kenyatta. That jirani he was fond of me.
Yes.
She could come in and ask me, umetoka? Kama nimetoka before, nilikuwa nimezoea kumnoka na mwambia mi I'm off.
Okay.
Na yeye pia akitoka na niambia pia mi I'm off.
Yes.
Ama unaweza penda anything to be assistant.
Yes.
Unaweza penda anything.
Yeah.
So you see, sikuwa nimetoka.
Yeah.
Now this lady is the one who came in, and then when he came in fact, I think she was the savior kwa sababu sikuwa najua, she found me unconscious, bleeding. I'm not able to hata siongei.
Yes.
And then she was like, and then now she carried me now to the hospital, and then she called another lady, and then wakanisaidia tukaenda kwa hospital. Still when I walked up, sikuwa naelewa what was going on. Nilikuwa na transfusion kwa mkono.
Okay.
They were doing some transfusion.
My name is Nick Mbaya, a clergyman by profession and also a practicing counselor. And I do see individuals, I do see couples, and I do see families and also groups in therapy concerning the counseling issues that they may have. Therapy is usually customer driven or the client driven. Somebody feeling overwhelmed by issues will seek out a therapist like me to be able to share out their issues. Another way, there could be a referral, somebody who knows what I do, and having talked to them can be able to refer them to me to do the counseling. And a third way could be, as we talk and do have an informal session, I could sense that they do need therapy, and I'm able to recommend it to them. So it's either they by themselves come, or they are referred by somebody, or even if they do know they do need, out of my interaction with them, I am able to recommend to them that they do need that therapy.
Did you report?
From there, I just on the hospital bed, nilikaa 2 weeks.
Yes.
And in these 2 weeks, because they thought vile nimebleed ni kwa sababu ya virginity yenye imepotea. So when I walked up after around 2 weeks is when actually they also recognized that I became pregnant, and I did not lose the pregnancy.
Okay.
Because they had thought with the bleeding, kumbe it's a side artery yenye ilipasuka, ndio ilikuwa ina bleed. After around 2 weeks, it was when they were like, and what's wrong with this lady? Amesha kuwa sawa, sasa anafaa kwenda home. Lakini kuna nausea yenye inamsumbua. What's wrong with this nausea? So that's when now they recognized that I was pregnant. Another trauma came in.
When you do encounter a rape victim, there are a number of things that you have to take into consideration. And number one is their own welfare. Are they okay? And the situation is the threat still present? Is this perpetrator still within the vicinity where they can be able to harm them again? Number two, do they need medical attention? And number three, do they need to report? Is it a police case? Is it something they need to take legal steps? And of course, number 4, to be able to recommend to them about the psychological help they may need to be able to deal with the situation.
Who am I? Church girl, saved lady. Now who am I? I had not known anything. It will be my face. How will I express myself? Because telling a person that you have been raped, that something happened like this, you cannot convince. Again, the person who did the wrong, it's not the person hauko unajua.
It's somebody you know. That's the most difficult to explain
The
to people.
most difficult thing
Yes,
to tell to person. Even if, yes, I'll pick those ladies and they try to say, because I have to. Who knows that everything, because we were three of us ladies.
Yes.
But then they did not witness the issue.
Yes.
But it is true that they have just left.
Yes.
Now, even it's not some few minutes ago.
Yes.
Sasa atasemaje ati si yeye?
Yes.
And yet it was the one, because I saw the face.
Rape victims will take time to come forward. Number 1, if the perpetrator is known to them. Like I've mentioned, sadly, it could be a family member, that is a relative, it could be a guardian, and so they are looking up to this person to provide for shelter, for food, for school fees, or whatever kind of support. And they know if I dare talk, I'll be out in the streets without a roof over my head, my education will cease, all the kind of support I got. So in that situation, they will be able to fear. A second scenario is when they are threatened, that if you dare say this, I will harm you. And so that fear of being harmed also causes them to be able to fear to come out and to take wrong. A third thing is the stigma and the labeling in our society. You know, nobody would want to be called a rape victim. The so-and-so who was raped, the girl who was raped, or the boy who was raped. Nobody wants that label. So because of that, they would rather stay with their shame than come out and be stigmatized by society. They're already hurting. And by them coming out, perhaps they think if people will be against them, it is like adding salt to their injury.
I don't know why the revenge, but I think now, when I followed the whole case, is that this guy did this to me because he knew, for one, I'm very strict. Yes. I told you, yes. I had never done anything with this guy.
Yes, yes.
Again, this guy has chipped in paying for my little fee. Now he has seen that I have known we were supposed to start making the introduction. We have not started making the introduction.
Yes.
Now he has already messed with this sister of mine.
Yes.
Akona ile woga labda I have known something.
Yes,
Unaona?
yes, yes.
So alikuwa akiona, no, I will not let this lady go. The devil maybe alikuwa ndani yake because there was no time nishawahi muona akiwa amekuja kwa hostel at that hour. At midnight, I've never.
Yes.
A single day, I've never. It was my first time.
Yes.
And then why this particular day?
Yes.
So it means that's what he had come to do at that particular hour, at midnight.
Yes.
At the fortunate akatupata tukiwa wengi. I was having my own program in the hostel. Now we were praying.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But he had well known that my sister is not in. He
Yes.
has already left home. You see?
Yeah.
Because hakuwa. And maybe ni alikuwa amemwambia wewe enda home. Unaona, you never know.
Yes.
Juu alikuja tu akaniambia I'm going home. I just want to go and see mom and then you prepare for the next.
Yes.
Nione vile nitarudi shule.
Yes.
Unaona?
Yeah.
At that hakuwa anajua mama prayers nina hold. So meaning he had come to do that. So hata alipotupata bado katika prayer alijifanya let me go in. They already know I am a pastor. But still the guy became very strong. Wacha tu niseme hivyo. Ajaribu kujisafisha. Yes. I did not know when I was in Kenyatta, the bills that were compiled there, the bill accountings that was supposed to be
Your
paid.
hospital bill.
Yes, he's the one who paid.
Okay.
But I did not know whether he's the one who paid.
Yes.
Hata yeye hakujiintroduce kama ni mtu alikuja akasema kuna bill ya msichana ako hivi na hivi na hivi alishikwa. kwa hostel. What is the bill amount? Then akalipa. Then mi kuja kuambua niliambiwa na wewe unaombanga Mungu anakaaje? Imagine somebody just paid your bills.
There's a bad thing that happened to you. You are raped. The worst thing is you are feeling guilty of something bad that was done to you. You see, at that time, the blame should fall on the man, but now you put all the blame on yourself.
Yes.
And then for him, he used funds that have been given to him by other people as an excuse to like pay your bills and maybe feel like there's something you owe him.
That I owe him.
Yes.
So mimi nikakuja nikasema, bill yangu imelipwa hospitali. Okay. Now I am going home. Now going home. What am I going to tell them? No, because that's the reason you asked me whether I reported the case.
Yes.
How can you report a case of a person that you already know? That one becomes very difficult.
They are supposed to report, but again, due to stigma and all that, that's why people avoid reporting.
Already it is written. You see, there is a bust on maternity. Now there is transfusion. That means that you overbleed. You lost the virginity. And then you have become pregnant. Those are not simple
things to explain.
Simple. It's not easy.
Some of these perpetrators could be family, could even be people known to the victim. And the victim feels like, I have more to lose in reporting this than staying with the shame of whatever happened. And I do not agree with that. But if they so choose that kind of path, however, they are still suffering in silence. And in seeking out for counseling, they are able to find healing, even though they did not report the perpetrator or it did not come out in the public domain that this is what has been happening to me.
There was time you asked me about how did I carry my pregnancy.
Yes.
I really suffered. I was traumatized. For one, what was traumatizing me, yes, I've reported to the hospital. They already know this is a rape case. You know, what action have they taken? Nothing. Unaona? Hakuna. That's the truth. Wamejua. Kwa hivyo ni action gani imechukuliwa?
Nothing.
Hakuna. Haya, umeenda home.
Did they give you any advice like?
Wanakuongeleshanga tu, obviously you have to get some word.
Okay.
Yes, not that unawachiliwa tu.
Nobody told you report this case to the police?
Na sasa already umeripoti kwao.
Okay.
Polisi ziko hapo. Hata yeye mwenyewe ni polisi.
Okay.
Ni alikuwa nakuletea the same polisi.
Okay.
The case iko already as a pick 3. Already iko there. So una report nani? Usha report mtu ako na do in the world of Kenya.
Sadly, in this situation of rape and sexual assault cases, there are also injuries, and the injuries may not necessarily be physical, but on the inside, emotional, spiritual, psychological. And when that happens, if we do not get justice for these people, we not only prolong their healing process, or we give enhancement and empowerment to the perpetrators because they know either they can bribe their way or because of lack of proper evidence they can get away with it, and they continue to perpetrate the same and become a serial rapist and that kind of a thing. But most importantly is to know that this individual does need that help, and because they need that help, we must be able to get them all the help they need. And one of the help is to know that justice has been done. The perpetrator is not there to do it again. And I'm sure when they have served their time behind bars, it will be very hard for them to come back and be a repeat offender, because justice has been done. And the victim, as much as they still have work to heal, at least the situation is mitigated in a small way to know that justice has been served. So our government must be in that situation to help these people to make sure the danger is gotten out of our society. Secondly, to also know that once this justice is served, any other would-be perpetrators are able to learn from that experience and keep off from whatever evil intentions they had, because they know You cannot do it and go scot-free. They will think twice before they even attempt it.
I was in a lot of stigma that I rejected myself, and for the first time I committed sin, committing suicide.
You wanted to commit suicide?
I did. But it did not.
It backfired.
It didn't mature.
You tried. Yeah.
Rape is violation, and it affects the individual physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and to an extreme. We have even lost people because they did not get the help or the support they needed, as you said, death by suicide. And now, it will be very sad for us to lose anyone simply because we did not offer them support. In our society, I do see when there's an accident, people are all over trying to help. Some trying to get the victims of the accident, others stopping cars to help them, get them to hospital, and everybody is in their best of spirits to help these people get recovery or save lives. So when we are victim blaming, a victim of rape, then we are not helping at all. We are actually pushing them to more destruction, either self-destruction or us destroying them, because we prolong their healing process, or some of them may never ever want to deal with the issue at hand because they tried and they got a backlash, so they go into the periphery and they suffer in silence. They may sink into depression. As we face, some of them may take the route of death by suicide. Others may decide, okay, if this is what they believe, then this is how my life is. I don't care attitude, and we find it is not healthy. Society should be able to show understanding, should be able to show compassion, should be able to know that what these people need is help and not ridicule. And every human being, male, female, no matter what their color is, need their dignity intact. And should that be interfered with, then we all should gather or gang up to seek their help and their best interests, instead of putting them in a situation where they continue hurting or feel even more violated.
I could not even face my church members and my church colleagues. Nianze kuambia, you know, this happened to me, I am now pregnant, this is what happened. Kitambo eleze hiyo story unaelezea nani? Na unajua hizi kanisa za wokovu, saa nyingine hata unaambianga kumbe umekuwa tu immoral, what has been kept in darkness for a long time, sasa ndio inajitokeza. Days of a thief was only 40. So all that was triggering my mind, because definitely even ndivyo watasema binadamu ni binadamu, watasema huyu, to which later hapo walikuja wakajua it was a rape. I locked myself in the room for almost 1 year. But being and wanting not to talk to and to see anybody, I remained for 4 good years.
When you are enclosed yourself?
Yes, I used to enclose myself very much. So I could not want to know church, sikwataka kujua anybody, sikwataka kuona anyone, including my parents, including my sisters, including my anybody. Wacha sasa huyu alitenda vituko.
This victim is down. And when somebody is down, what they need is a helping hand to be able to lift them up. So the support system is to help this individual to rise from their pain and from the betrayal, from the violation, and be able to move on. Number 2, it is important for them to know that some people care. This person was violated. So the picture they have of a human being is they are animal-like. They hurt, they almost killed me, they violated me. So this support system shows them that human beings do care, human beings do love, and there are people who wish the best. That is what the support system does. And then also you find when these people are violated, they retreat away from society. They lock themselves in. They cry for days on end. They cut social ties. They become recluses. And so we are talking about this support system, helping them as much as possible to stay connected to society, to situations that matter, to people who matter, and to be able to move on with their life. So a support system is very, very important. And also this support system is what would recommend for this help. Perhaps they did know there's counseling. Perhaps they did know they could report and get justice. Perhaps they did know there's anything they could do to be able to overcome this situation. And therefore, this support system will also act as a resource that can be able to help them to know what exactly to do hereafter.
So at that particular time, sikuwa ninaongea anything. I just silence and I just kept myself. I said, yes, time heals, but for this to heal, not that time.
It took time.
Yes, it took time.
Now, there is something that made you come out and to talk. So, what services or resources or people helped you cope to the point of you now starting to share your painful story? Yeah.
In fact, I'm sharing my painful story 12 months down the line. Right now we are talking. This is the time I've started now talking the story.
Okay.
After even raping me, after betraying me with that sister, they both reached children. Now none of them survived. After that, akaendea 2 more sisters. No, 2 more.
And these 2 sisters, hadn't they seen the experience of their other 2 older?
Unajua alikuwa mwerevu sana.
Yes.
Alikuwa mwerevu sana. Kama vile mimi nilikuwa katika innocence that sioni anything inaendelea, my sister naye hakuwa anajua kama pia wale wengine wanawezekana wanaweza kumjua. The rest 2 akitaka kuja sasa kushika, aliwashika wote wawili. Sasa akitaka kuwaambia whatever alikuwa anawaambia, uwe kutoka kwa huyu anaenda napata, kumbe ni the same person ndiye akona ule, na ndiye the same person alikuwa na this other sister, and ndiye the same person amerepa wa sister. You see, sasa wao wakakataa. Kenya alijua sasa, Kenya alitaka kwangu sitakubali. Alijiweka kwa mikono yake akasema, I have really paid a lot of money with this one. And then I let go. It was not easy.
Yes.
Neither is it easy. It has not been easy.
Okay.
You see, this person has spoiled your future.
Yes.
This person has spoiled your repute.
Yes.
This person has made you become a burden. Now the child I'm having, hata sahi nimebebana na mabilis pale, still seeking assistance.
Yes.
Zenye anaendelea na kurectify wa miguu. I have only 1 kid, the one that happened to that incident. One is a painful child, is an unprogrammed child. Now, ameanza life fate yenye the mother is also going through. Even when he wanted now to cover up everything and say, I'm sorry, I'm this, I'm this, he still came back to me and requested for my pardon. I'm like, how will I accept a beast?
He came to ask for forgiveness, or he came to ask for a relationship again?
For forgiveness and relationship.
Okay.
I did this. Lakini nilisikia uchungu nikiimagine sitakuoa. You see, those are the mistari yenye alikuwa nazo. Nilisikia sitaki uniponyoke because out of your strictness ungeenda kwa mtu mwingine.
What did you tell him?
Nilimwambia, please give me time about that one. Mimi nimekusamea everything, lakini sasa tunaongea nini? Akasema, me, I will be responsible for the child. It is my mess. I will cover up. I cover up the bills. I'm covering up your schooling fees. I'm covering up your life. And my son now started showing features of the bent knee because he has a bent knee. He himself, he also came. Akaniambia, sasa hata nimestop about the issue of marrying you. Then I asked him why. Kazi yako inaonekana hata mtu akikuoa utakuwa ukileta watoto viwete. Wewe ni kiwete. Sasa uanze kuleta watoto viwete. Sasa nyumba yangu itakaa ya viwete. So after this guy told me this, aliacha kulipa rent.
Okay.
Ningelipa na nini yo rent?
Okay.
Sasa hizo bills zinalipwa na nini?
Okay.
Na ni ma huge bills at 300,000, 500k, you know, 600k, because I said in my first story, I said disability rectification, it is a process. It is not like a wound that you are nursing after 2 to 3 weeks imeisha, ama 1 month, 2 months imeisha. This is a recurring thing. I have some bills with me there, 350 that they're supposed to be taken care of. No one to take care of. Nimekuwa tu nikienda tu nikiuliza msaada. Nikiingia hapo nauliza msaada, Me, I have so many letters from the chief. Wameni recommend enda kwa institution fulani, itisha msaada, ukipata kitu unapeleka kwa hiyo hospitali.
Okay.
So inalipiwa, ina add up, then inakuja.
So it's just a life of struggle.
It's like a life
Or
of struggle after struggle.
Yeah. So I'll take you back a bit. Did you ever consider abortion?
Yes, I did. But I did not abort. Because I've said I left the hospital at a delicate stage. And even the nurses, when they discognized that niko pregnant, no one told me, situtoe. We bled a lot. Aliniambia, you can be a mother. You can be a mother. Wakaniambia, tutakusaidia mpaka ukuje kupata huyo mtoto. Please do not think. Again, nimesema nilipoenda home, nilistay introvert, nilijifungia sana. Nilikuwa ninatokelezea tu saa ile tu ninaanguka, saa ile kuna big issue that imenitendekea ndio nitakuwa na watu. Sasa hata hizo madawa ni za kuabort, nilikuwa ninatuma nani aende akanilete.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So now, what is the attitude towards your son? He's a good thing that happened out of a painful and ugly experience. So what's your attitude
My
towards
attitude
him?
to him?
Yes.
Fine. He reminds me a lot. He reminds me of the pain. He reminds me of my genealogy because now I'm disabled.
Yes.
My parents, the same.
Yeah.
Now he is the same. I'm looking at the life that I'm suffering today. I'm afraid he might also undergo the same.
Yes.
Though he's a man, and you know with the men it's also harder.
Yes.
To me, fine. On the other side, I see it's a blessing. Because nowadays, even if I meet a man and start telling me, sasa naweza penda kukuoa, can you get children? Nitamwambia hii ni mawe. I don't take him bitter because it was not his choice of resistance. I don't treat him with like, unajua baba yako, unajua baba yako. Even him ajijui. Even at times he asks me, who is my father? But we had a grandfather, my father now.
Yes.
Alikuwa anamuita papa. Sasa anamuitanga baba. Sasa anaulizanga baba yangu alienda. Anambia hapana, huyo si baba yako, huyo ni guka, hapana. Now my foster parents.
Yes.
Anamjua kabisa kama real father. Because my father is now late.
Okay.
Sasa anamjua kama baba yake. Uta is so minor. Sasa hata utamuelezea nini? Again, is that a story even to share with a child? Even if we will grow up, okay, akikuwa tu world unaweza kumwelezea this happened to me and that's why you were born. It can happen.
Has what happened affected your relationship with men?
Yes. Sitakangi kuwa na men.
And even if a good man appears...
How can I know this is the best if this was a pastor? Now like the one who was, alikuwa ananiambia, me I want to have you just be my fan. Nikamuuliza, I be your fan. Kuna responsibility. Huyu nimekuambia hata kama ujui the story, huyu ni mtoto niko na yeye. What about the kid? So kimuuliza kitu ya, so after this, what next? Akaniambia, I just want a fan of you. Huyo ni mtu anakufanya sex puppet. Hakuna kitu kingine anakupea. So huyo anakusaidia ama anakufanya nini? So mwingine anakuja anakuambia, I feel pity for you. And that's what I want to talk about. I feel pity. Pia wewe ni mwanamke. You are also a lady. You deserve treatment. Treatment ni sex. Seriously.
So he's pitying you so that he can...
See, obviously sasa akikuja kuambia, unajua hata kuambia direct. Atakuambia tu, hata wewe ni mwanadamu. Kubali kufurahishwa. Mimi niko hapa nikufurahishe. I can do best for you. Naweza kuwa nikikupeleka out, unaona vitu, unafurahia, unaona mambo, out gani? Out gani? You can imagine, so wewe unaona anyone who comes to you, hakuna mtu anakuchukua as a wife. Hakuna mtu anakuchukua to empower you. Anaona anaweza kuwa tu na side, hata si side chick, hata side chick I think wanatreatwa poa. Unaona, mimi kwanza nikipatana na guy who is interested in me like just like the first one. I'm very detailed about him. And nasikubali tukue na mazoea sana. Nikiona umeanza kuwa na mazoea, ninaona itatrigger because out of ile mazoea na kutrust mtu, it happened what happened. So once meeting twice shy. So mi wa siku hizi hata nikipata anaweza kuwa ako very serious, but sija prove how serious you are to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so sija allow to that.
Who was your support system, and how did they do it, so that if somebody is watching and they went through that experience, they can learn something from you?
That is a mistake I did. I've never entered into a session of guiding and counseling. I can now start talking. Kama ile nilipata hospitali, this is what happened, people are dying like this, people are dying like this. Hiyo iliishia tu hapo na sitakangi. Even if you give me an appointment, please nijua ati ni guiding and counseling, sitakuja. Because nasikianga inakwaruza the wound afresh, na inakuwa too bad, na nikienda kulala na shida na kulala.
When people don't come out and don't speak, why? And what should people understand so that they can make them comfortable in coming out?
I felt everybody is a betrayer to me. Who will you go to if even where you are born, the deepest wound in your life? So that's the reason. The detail of the wound, it will depend with the scenario. Perhaps it was not from the family source. It is not the family source that created all this. Perhaps I could have and select one.
Okay.
You see, going to the church. Church nowadays, by then, with the salvation life today, wanakuambianga hiyo ni usharati, huo ni ukora, ni wewe ulijiachilia, ni wewe ulifanya hivi. So instead of healing the wound, you are wounding you the more.
Yes.
So you find that you are feeling you are all alone, and then you remain at a world of your own self, and that's the reason people, majority, get their own cocoon. The mattress knows where you lie every day. It knows how you wake up every day. Because majority of the people who have undergone detailed wounding like I have undergone, it is not easy to find, and they don't talk. Like now when you get my Bibles, nimechora Bible mpaka unashindwa, hata zingine hazionekani. Niliambia another friend nataka Bible, akaniambia nakuletea Bible nitakumaia. Unaona? Juu ile niko nayo nika-overwrite because it has become my relief. Kuna wakati ilifika, even after the story was true, it got out kabisa that my sister is the cause root, and they have been going with this significant everything. My mother did not accept. So who was I supposed to run to? Yeah, I don't have a father. At that time, my father was late.
Your mother did not, she denied?
Yeah, my mother is a bit old, aged.
Yes.
And again, akona disability.
Yes.
Na yeye kwao vile alikuwa alibebwa maybe with another deeper wound. Pia yeye hata ukimuuliza sasa kuambiangi anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whether people believe you or they don't, whether other people support you or not, you should at least be able to seek reliable help so that you find your healing. And once you have found your healing, then what other people believe or say may not affect you as much as if you are still hurting and they are adding all these other things. You know you cannot do anything about what people believe and what people say, but you can take care of yourself. And so once again, I would advise this person to seek help and find their personal healing. And once they have found that healing, whatever people say, they don't believe them, they don't support them, at least this healing mitigates the deep hole they were in, and so they're able to move on. And the beauty also is, even though 1-2 people don't believe, there are those who will believe and support them. So cast their net wider, and wherever support is gotten, if it's the religious community, then so be it. That's the support they will thrive on. If it's the counseling fraternity, the therapist, the counselor they are seeing, then that is the support that is most important. If it's the religious leader, and that is the person giving them that support and a shoulder to lean on, then that is very important. So somebody, when they seek reliable help and find their healing, it helps them to navigate a landscape where other people, perhaps even people who are very close to them, do not believe their story.
What would be your closing statement?
My closing statement is like, you are there, you know yourself. First, accept yourself. 2, know in which angle that you can address this problem. Look at a farthest corner because now my farthest corner ilikuja this year. Nilikumbuka that friend unasikia nikikwambia hana mikono. Ndio nilimwambia, Miriam, unajua whatever happened, sasa what do I do? Ndio akaanza kuniambia, si tuanze kutokelezea sasa, tuanze kuongea. So even my family hawajui kama kuna vitu kama hizi unafanya. So at that time unaweza pata mtu ambaye yako mbali sana ndio anaweza kukusaidia kuliko mtu mwenye yako karibu. I could not talk the way I am talking. Right now ninalia but machozi inarudi ndani. Sikuwa naweza kuongea kabisa. To be sincere, sikuwa naweza. Nilikuwa naongea, unaona tu kabisa nashindwa and off I go. Mimi sasa niko na hali saa zenye hata zingine sikulangi. I take long by the time I take food. So out of all these, do not keep it to yourself. The more you keep it to yourself, the more it eats you up, the more it shortens your days. Try to talk, hata kama tu ni mtu wa mbali umwambie mimi, hata afadhali umwambie niko na kastori, sijui kanaweza chukulika aje. Afadhali uende uambie mtu very strange to you, mtu hata ambaye hata hajawahi kukuona, lakini anaweza penda because I had not seen you Kaleche. But I feel comfortable talking to you.
Yes.
You don't know me. Perhaps ni hapo kwa majirani tuna hapo tu kwa hiyo kakijiji yangu. I'm not able to. Because I was affected by the family. Family ni mahali unakaa. Your neighbors, the people who knows you. Watu wale wanajua natokanga nje aje, narudi aje, natoka aje, narudi aje. So they have been an effect to me. Wameni impact na nini? Machozi kila siku, machozi kila siku. Lakini sasa nikija kuongea na wewe, I can even stay with you for almost 2 months. Kwa sababu nina feel comfortable. So talking heals. Talking makes you feel that there is another light that you don't know. There is another hidden mind that you do not know. Because now the words I'm receiving from you Kaleche, from that particular person when you wamenicall, wanaona, wananiambia something yenye ina build my mind, yenye ina build my soul, yenye ina build that one what that was a stigma inaendelea na kutoka. Perhaps iliongeleshwa mapema, sasa haisingekuwa na hali sasa.
I would want to tell us as a society that this thing is damaging to the victim, and it's an evil that must be stopped in our society. So what we need is to make sure we sensitize our people so that we protect our young, we protect the elderly, we protect the middle age. At every age in our society, we do find they are at risk. So let's highlight this issue and let us protect our own. And whether they are people known or people who are not known to the victims, as we've mentioned, justice needs to be done. But also most importantly, the healing of the victim should be number one on the list. Let us seek out help wherever we can. If you know somebody, connect them with a source that they can be able to get help. Even if it would cost money and you can afford to pay a session for somebody, please do it. If you can help them to get justice, then help them to get that justice. But we should not let our victims in our society to suffer in silence.
Yes.
Our society will be as good as if all of us are well and thriving and going after our dreams in society. And we are not succeeding if we leave any of us behind because of an assault or violation that they have faced in their past.
I have 2 numbers that are reachable.
Yes.
0726, that is Safaricom, 0726 06 5906. 0726 06 5906, that is Safaricom. Airtel line 07 39 971 639. Airtel 07 39 971 639.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
But that has been Mary's story. She's gone through quite a lot and she's pushing on. She's not letting whatever has happened to her in the past hold her down, and she's encouraging people who have undergone traumatic experiences like hers to speak up. That's how she found her healing, by speaking up. Recently, she's been talking to a few people and she's found that it's therapeutic. Well, it's been another episode of Kalekia's Health Moments, as always, where we live healthy one story at a time. Please subscribe to this channel. If you've enjoyed the video and our talk with Mary, you can like the video and comment down below. Until next time, it's bye-bye from us.